Well, hello there, and this is Auntie. And I am here to do my review on Love After Lockup, Season 2, Episode 11, She Has to Go. If this is your first time being here, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And to all of my new subscribers, thank you so much for joining the family. And to all of my nieces and nephews who have been here with me for the long haul, thank you very much. Y'all, this episode it had its roller coasters. I mean, it was down and it was just everywhere. I want to thank you all for being patient for me uploading this. Your auntie has been under the weather and I am feeling much better. Thank you so much for all of your well wishes, and auntie, get better. I also want to take time out to say thank you so much to Nicole Arrington for all of the super chats. You have really been just faithfully, I'm sorry, not super chats, cash apps. I thank you so much, sweetie, for just being so kind and so loving to your auntie with all of the cash apps. Every time I look up, you get one in my cash app, and I thank you so much for that. But anyway, we're going to go ahead on, and everybody else who's been cash apping, but this sister has been going above and beyond. And I just wanted to make sure that I recognized you publicly in front of everybody, because you know what, when you really have a heart for somebody, you do things in secret, it is just, it's just a blessing. Okay, but anyway, thank you. Thank you. Okay, y'all, this episode, like I said, we're going to go ahead on and start off with the bad news. We're going to talk about Matt and Caitlin. So basically, Matt went, to the store, to the jewelry store, to go and pick up, I'm sorry gift for Caitlin. He is going in the store with his friend SpongeBob SquarePants Patrick, better known as Sam, to go and look at rings. Now we know Matt does not have a job, so how he's going to be able to pay for a ring is beyond all of us, okay? But basically he's in the store, and of course he has to announce that he, was in prison, and that Caitlin held it down for him, and that basically this is his first relationship, first real relationship. He said that, she came to see him more than any of his friends did over the time period that he was incarcerated. She put money on the books for him and all of that kind of stuff, and on the phone. And so he really loves her. His friend Sam disagrees with it. He says, after you've had, a spat with your significant other, why would the first thing be to go and buy a ring? He said he would never do anything like that. That's probably why he by himself. But anyway, I digress. And so, Matt is looking at rings and things like that. And basically, the sales girls are like, what you looking at? He said a ring. Okay. So he's looking at rings, and he has to, of course, come back. He doesn't have the money for it right now. Later on in the episode, we find out, we see Caitlin. And Caitlin is basically beside herself. She is in tears. She said that her mother had a headache, and she went to bed. And after, I guess in the morning, maybe the mom didn't wake up. Her mother is deceased. And I thought that that was really sad. She said that she had heard that her mother was a wonderful parent, up until she was at the age of 3. And then, the drugs took over. And the mom wasn't, such a good mom. The mom wanted to, as we saw in previous episodes, wanted to mend the relationship with Caitlin. And Caitlin said, you know what, on my time. But you know what, we all know that, time waits for no one. You can't predict the future. And, her mom is gone. And so, my prayers and my condolences to Caitlin. She said that she had buried her father, her grandmother, her grandfather, and now her mom. And I thought it was really sad, because this happened during the filming of the season, and I'm sure that it was hard for WeTV to try to, weave this into the fabric of the story, of her story. But nonetheless, her mother is gone. And, I just want to take the time out to say, you really don't know. Life is very short, and in the moment, in the twinkling of an eye, we all can be gone from here. And so I hope that is, something, a lesson for someone out there to know that, you can't wait to try to fix things and mend things in your life and in your relationships with your loved ones. And so, our hearts and our prayers go out to the two of them. She said that basically, Matt is her family now. And so, we can understand that. Matt does realize that it's time for him to make a change and for him to grow up and to do the things that he needs to do. Basically they're living over there, with the mom, and it's time for them to go. And so I'm hoping that this maybe is something that propels both of them to try to change their lives and to do something different with their lives. But anyway, again, my condolences to Caitlin and her family and the family friends. And so we're going to go ahead on and move on from the two of them, because that was just really, 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 really sad. The next couple we're going to talk about is Marcelino and that damn Brittany. Basically, Marcelino is having a 40th birthday party. And I'm saying to myself, I thought Marcelino was at least 60. I mean, a 40th birthday party? Like, who are you freaking kidding? So, she decides that she's going to have this party, and she says that her girlfriend, Bunky, parents allowed them to use the house so that they could have it. And, we see his friends coming in, the OGs and everything. One of the dudes looked like he straight needed a cane because he looked like he was going to topple over at any second. And so basically, they having a little party in the house, and I'm just like, Marcelino is 40? Like, I could not get past that Marcelino was only 40. Marcelino must have lived a rough life and been in the sun just a little bit too much, because his skin and just his whole appearance he just looks like a much older man. And so, Brittany is excited about it. She invited her girlfriend Amanda over there and said that Amanda is going to bring her somebody else with her so that she wouldn't feel like a third wheel. Amanda has already told this chick, Brittany, over and over that she doesn't want to be in a relationship with her. And so why does she think that she would feel like a third wheel? I don't know. She wants her more than, Brittany wants Amanda more than Amanda wants Brittany. Amanda is like, I'm good, boo. You on with your man. So anyway, everybody started coming in. Marcelino was out there with the OG. And they was like, he was like, is a girl here? Is a little girlfriend here? So Marcelino was like, nah, she ain't here yet. But when she gets here, I got some things that I need to say. So basically, the girl comes in. She's got her little blonde-haired girlfriend with her. And they was like, oh, hey, what's up, girl? It's like, hey, how y'all doing? And she was like, you here with Amanda? Duh. Didn't you see me walk through the door with her? So basically, they kind of scoping her out and everything. And Brittany, of course, is feeling some kind of way, as she should. And so, the girlfriend goes outside and, she wants to, holler at Marcelino, because after all, it is his birthday. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Let me read that. Oh, God, I have to put my glasses on. I'm sorry, y'all. Thank you, Victoria Alexis. I got to go wash dishes, but I'll finish watching later. Okay, thank you, sweetie. And so, they go on and she goes outside and everything. And, Marcelino wants to, one-up the girlfriend. He wants to one-up, the ladies and everything, and tell them that basically, he got her. So, Amanda was like, boo, I basically gave her to you. You know what I'm saying? This wasn't no struggle. It wasn't no fight for real, for real. I basically backed about the picture and said I didn't want to have anything to do with it. And he was like, whether you backed out the picture or not, you can't do for her what I could do for her as a man. And I'm sitting up there saying, well, hold up, boo, what are you talking about? There are women every day that are in loving relationships and have been together for years, and can no man... Come on there, Marcelino. I mean, that was just, to me, it was just a little homophobic. He tried to clean it up after Amanda said something to his ass about it. But at that point, he had already, let his true feelings come out. He's saying that, a woman can't do what a man can do in a long-term relationship. And you know what? I disagree with that, because there are a lot of people, like I said, in loving relationships, women with women and men with men, and they make it work, okay, for the long haul, for the lifetime. So for Marcelino to say that, it didn't make any sense. The whole thing about it is he's talking to her and saying this was a relationship that happened because they were in jail together. Because they were in jail together. And so, but you know what? It doesn't make a difference whether people are in jail or they not in jail or whatever. I didn't like the way that Marcelino came about it. Like I said, he tried to clean it up, but it wasn't no cleaning up. So as a result of that, she goes back into the house, and now she's having a conversation with Brittany. And Brittany's like, I need you to stay here. I want you to stay. I want us to be friends. I want us to be in a relationship. I want us to have a threesome. I want us to be together. Come on, Amanda, you got to toughen up and everything. And so, in the meantime, the girlfriend goes outside and she has a conversation with Marcelino, and then he offends her. And she basically get buck ugly and said, you know what, your boyfriend disrespectful. He don't know what to say out of his mouth. And then Brittany get mad with her. Brittany gets mad with her without even finding out what exactly happened, what Marcelino said, and how offensive it may have been to somebody in the LGBTQ community. And so, then she's talking about, well, I can't fight and everything, and I'm not going to say anything to her because, I'm pregnant. So, basically earlier we realized that she, had taken a pregnancy test and found out that she was pregnant. I believe that this is the baby that she had sometime in December of 2018, sometime around December, November of 2018. Excuse me, y'all. And so it's like, Brittany, find out what happened. But, instead she's talking about, well, I can't fight. I'm not in the condition to fight. Why would you have to fight? You sat there and told Amanda to pump her brakes and to relax and chill out, but you couldn't pump your brakes and relax and chill out. So she goes and tell Bunky, Bunky, they got to go. Look, you the woman of this house, okay? This is your party for your 40-year-old boyfriend. Why in the world couldn't you tell her, look, Amanda, you and your girlfriend got to roll? But see, that's the thing about it, is you want your cake and you want to eat that mofo too. And you're not going to be able to do it because Amanda's not checking for you like that, boo. Amanda's like, look, I'm going to go head on with my life. You went on with yours. And I don't want to be caught up in this love triangle, this fake love triangle that you want going on. And then at the same time, you're not going to tell me that Marcelino is not a little bit curious about being with Amanda and Brittany at the same time. Because you could tell by that mofo eyes and how that mofo react to her that he really, there's a part of him that's interested in going head on with this, you know what I'm saying, this little threesome. You know what I'm saying? But because Amanda is not with the bull, she's not with the, with that, then, he's got to act like, So, long to the short of it, Amanda and her girlfriend Marcelino comes and puts Amanda and the girlfriend out, and they leave and everything, and Brittany is still in the house talking about, I need to avoid them, keep me separated from them and all this. You shouldn't have invited her. You shouldn't have invited her. Because for real, Brittany, you was mad because she brought a woman with her. Let's just go ahead on and tell the truth and shame the devil up in God's house, okay? You was mad because the girl brought somebody with her, and then they had a little altercation with Marcelino in the backyard. The party looked like it was nice and everything. They had a little hot dogs and hamburgers and stuff like that on the grill and everything like it was okay. But, I mean, Brittany's got to really check herself. So then, she puts 1,000 candles on a cake, right? And she's doing all of them with a cigarette lighter. And I'm saying, God damn. You need a torch to light that as many candles as you done put up on that cake. When you get to be a certain age, all you got to do is go to the store and buy the 4 and the 0. Put the 4 and the 0, 2 little candles on there, and light them 2 mofos instead of basically getting ready to blow up the girl mother house. You understand what I'm saying? Too many damn candles, all right, will make the smoke detector straight up go off. And then she coming outside, and everybody standing outside, and Marcelino out there blowing it. Thank God he did, because they was going to have to dash some water or something something up on that mofo in order to keep it from catching on fire. The next couple we're going to go head on and talk about is Scott and Lizzie. Lizzie takes her daughter to to a bridal shop. She walks up in the bridal shop and says, I'm bringing my daughter here because I want her to, try to get with the program of me marrying Scott. So we all know Jasmine ain't really feeling it, okay? So they walk up into the bridal shop and they start looking at dresses and everything. And next thing you know, Lizzie come up out her bag, y'all, up out her bag, and says, should I get the dress in a white or off-white? Because technically, I'm still a virgin. The side eye is mofo eternal. You needed to be in a Halloween shop, boo, looking for the sexiest black and red dress you could find, you hoe. You $800,000 hoe. How the hell you gonna talk about you a born again virgin and you ain't had sex in 10 years? When you was sitting up there licking and sticking and doing everything else you could do up in the jail. Come on now, Lizzie. So you said because you wasn't with a woman, a man that you... Come on now, Lizzie. Lizzie, come on. You know daggone well you need to be going to find some dress that looks like the bride of freaking Frankenstein. Ain't no way in the world you gonna tell me that you even gonna think in your mind that you can get away with wearing some off-white cream orange. You can't even do the baby blues, boo. You need to do black and red. So anyway, the daughter's looking like, what? I ain't even gonna dignify that with an answer, Mom. So basically, after, she finds a dress and the dress is really nice. And she's talking about, how Scott is taking care of her. And she wants Jasmine to get on the train. The dress that she pulls out is $2,000. So Jasmine's like, Mom, you don't think that dress costs too much? She was like, no. She was like, so you expect Scott to pay for it? She was like, damn right. Why should I have to budget when I got this man that's paying for everything for me? Everything I ask for, everything I desire, this man pays for me. So, and I ain't working. He know damn well I ain't working. He asked me to marry him. So I'm going to get the most expensive dress out this mofo that I can. Thank you so much for the $24.99 super chat. Let me stop. Sorry, y'all. Thank you, Dinah Drager. Love you, Auntie. Love you too, boo-boo. Thank you so much for the $24.99 super chat. And so, basically, she's like standing in there, and Jasmine's like, Ma, you really need to be concentrating on getting your life together and not on this. This is, so the mother's like, look, I was up for parole. I'm a parolee, and nobody's going to hire me. That's bull crap. It's a lot of people that will hire somebody that's an ex-parolee. They even have programs in every state, okay, that you can sign up for and get you a job. But Jasmine is delusional if she thinks that her mother is not going to stop messing with this man. Scott is giving Lizzie everything that she wants, okay? So why would Lizzie, in her right mind, okay? This is Lizzie, the way Lizzie thinks. Why would she change? Why would she not depend on Scott? He's brought everything else for her, but what she doesn't realize is the mofo ain't got no more cash, okay? So, basically she finds a dress and she goes to try to dress on, and the dress, got, a whole bunch of cleavage, a whole bunch of boobs and stuff showing. And so she says she wants something a little bit more classy and a little bit more sexy. And so, they bring out she comes out with another little Cinderella type dress on, and she looks beautiful. And this is where her and Jasmine really had a discussion. The lady that works there is going to say, to her, Jasmine really thought her mother looked pretty, okay? That's the first thing. She thought her mother looked beautiful. And then after she did that, the lady told Jasmine, we're going to have to teach you how to, zipping up the dress and how to carry the train and all of that kind of stuff. So Jasmine was in the chair like, oh, okay. Oh, okay. So she was like, so Mom, you really ready for this? And so she was like, yeah, yes. I'm going to marry Scott. Scott's doing everything for me. Mom, do you love him? Do you love him? Jasmine, Scott has done everything. He's been there for me. He's been the best trick that I've ever had. Now, I know somebody says somewhere in my comments that, they don't like the fact that she's calling him a trick. But that, you know what? That's the terminology for it. It's not that, Scott knows what it is. These men know what they are. And so it's not a term that is not uncommon to a prisoner who is trying to use a man or using men or women for money. That is what they're called. And so, Jasmine understands the street terminology for what her mother is doing. And her mother is tricking Scott. Scott is a trick. Because she's not in love with Scott. She's just going to marry him out of obligation. And because she doesn't want to go out there and find herself a job. There's no way. So the next thing we see is Scott, call Lizzie on the phone. And he's like, meet me in the back parking lot. So she's like, okay, I'll meet you in the back. And she comes out there and Scott has a car with a red bow on the top of it. Okay. Now I asked somebody, they said it was a Mazda. But you know what? She comes out there and she's like, oh, you brought me a car. Thank you. She wasn't even really thrilled because she's so used to Scott doing things for her that she's not even appreciative of the stuff she expects. The things from Scott. And that's what makes Scott a trick. If it was me and somebody had brought me a car with a bow on it and I don't have a car payment on the mofo, I'm going the hell off. I'm flipping in the parking lot. I'm doing splits. I'm doing all of that. The average woman or man who was just presented with the car will go off. But for her, she just was like, oh, thank you. It's an expectation now because this man has become her everything. He's her source of income. He is paying for her to live in a separate apartment with her daughter. He's paying for everything. Lizzie always got fresh clothes on. Her hair is always done and her nails. This man is a trick. And so she comes out and she sees the car and the first thing she says when she opens up the car is, you got me a stick. So Scott is like, you ain't noticed nothing else? And she's like, what? I mean, what? So he got to stand up there and grin, you know what I'm saying, showing them little teeth. And I was like, this man got on flippers. So he says that, basically he went to the dentist and had a little, an hour consultation and an hour flipper made for him. He said the teeth uncomfortable as hell. He can't chew in the mofos. He can damn near breathe in them. But he said, you know what, she didn't like it, so he went on and got him some flippers. For all of y'all that don't know what flippers are little fake teeth that you put on on top of your teeth that women use in pageants and stuff like that to, have that perfect smile. This mofo comes out there with a flipper because he said she knocked his tooth out when he was, when she got out of jail. But you already was looking like Bucky the Beaver when you came out of jail, though, Scott. Come on. This mofo got uncomfortable ass teeth in his mouth. And he says that he can't say anything that, is frustrating to him now. That he has to take out all these loans to do things for Lizzie. But he can't tell her that he doesn't have money because he's in competition with Jasmine's mouth. Because Jasmine is talking to her mother and saying, Mom, you can do better than this. Thank you so much for the super chat. I love you. Excuse me, y'all. Thank you so much, Crystal Blue, for the $5 super chat. I love your recap so much, Auntie. Love you. You are my real auntie in my head. Oh, and your real auntie in my heart. Oh, my God. Love you, sweetie. And so, basically, I don't know why I keep saying so basically. So y'all excuse the basicallys, all right? But basically, no, I'm just kidding. Jasmine is in her ear, and Scott knows that. Scott already knows that his time is short as hell. So he's trying to pull out all the bells and the whistle. So she gets in the car and she says that she can't even drive the mofo anywhere because she has 8 DUIs. 8. Count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And so her driver's license is revoked. Not suspended, revoked. That's what she should have been concentrating on, was paying off the mofo fees with the $800,000 that she alleges that she made while she was in jail. Because I know that the fees and the fines and all of that stuff are just out of this world. So why wouldn't she concentrate on that? So she gets in the car and she starts driving around the parking lot with the mofo. And Scott is proud, thinking he did something. He's enabling her. She's never going to do anything with her life. I think what Scott is trying to do is pay for the ass. But she's not attracted to him. She says that he look like GQ with his teeth. No, he still look raggedy as hell. He's just a raggedy mofo. Thank you, Mr. Street, for the $5 super chat. I am Scott. Okay. So it's like he's totally enabling this woman. He's separating her from her daughter. Okay. Oh. Let me go back and read it, baby. I'm sorry. I want Scott. Ugh. Okay, Mr. Street, we're going to talk on the other channel. But so Scott is, he's lost. If you are on Instagram, Friday, I believe it was Friday, Scott takes to Instagram and he has this little French bulldog. He's playing with the bulldog and he says, Lizzie, please unblock me on Instagram. I just brought you a dog. The dog is cute as a button. It's a little white French bulldog. And he's telling Lizzie to give him, unblock his number so that he can call her so that she can see this dog. Then Lizzie takes to Instagram a few minutes later and says, Scott, how in the hell am I going to see the new dog that you brought me when you got me blocked? So I can't see the dog. She says if you want somebody to see something that you brought them, then it would make sense for you to unblock them so that they can see the dog. So basically, they're not even together with each other, and this mofo is still buying her stuff. Then she says, I hope you didn't buy the dog. I hope that it's an adoption or a rescue, because that's what I am about. I'm about that rescue. Lizzie doesn't give a damn. I believe that Lizzie already has another trick and somebody else that she is messing with who is taking care of all of her needs. Or her needs, her desires, and her wants. She's not an ugly woman. And so she uses her sexuality to get the things that she needs. That's a woman who's looking for a trick. And so we're going to see how that ends. The next couple we're going to talk about is Michael, Sarah, and Megan. Michael done lost his mofo mind. Michael is basically laying and chilling on the bed. He's chilling big time. He gets a phone call from Megan. He answers the phone and says, what's up, sis? Hey, sis. Wait a minute. Sis? Where the hell did sis come from? I just was spreading them wide and dropping it low for you. And now I'm your sis? Nah, you have to come another way. I done gave up my whole virginity to you, and now I'm sis when you pick up the phone? Who in the hell is in the room? See, the thing about Megan is she's so dumb that she went with that, hey, boo, hey. Sis? That's the respect level he got? But he walking around talking about how much he loved her and how she's his yin to his yang. And now, mofo, when I call, after I done gave up my virginity to you and laid up in the bed with you in Niagara Falls, having a romantic relationship with you with my toe-up ass wig, and now I'm reduced down to your sis? Bitch, I'm trying to tell you, you better get it together. Megan said she talked to her father about everything. And her father told her, about some things. And she said, I'm going to get my man. She said, I am not going to stay on the outside anymore. I'm getting ready to come. So she tells Michael on the phone, Michael, I'm about to come over there and see you in a couple of days because 99 and a half ain't going to do. We was with each other and it didn't end the way that I wanted it to end. And I'm anxious about seeing your child. Wait a minute, hold up. When you in a relationship with somebody and you haven't been in a relationship with them for a long time and you don't really know the mofo on your own, the last thing that you're going to do is introduce your children. Let me tell you something. I can date a man and he will never know what my daughter look like in a million daggone years. Because until I know that I'm in a committed relationship with you, I am not introducing you to my child. What makes Megan think that she has the right to push up on this man's family and meet this little girl? She doesn't have a right to that. You don't know him like that. You don't even know that the mofo's married. You don't know anything about him. And you want him to introduce you? Now, Michael, on the meantime and in between time on the other side of town, we see Sarah's dumbass. Don't want to give her daughter a slice of cheese. Okay? I'm saying get a little girl a slice of cheese. It ain't going to kill her to have another piece of cheese. So she, Michael's mom and his sister comes into town. And they coming about the business, all right? Thank you so much for the $1.99 super chat. Love you, Auntie Cousins, Josie, Simone, and Mary Gray. Oh, thank you so much for the super chat. Who was that? Kay Krager 1. Oh, thank you, sweetie. That was so sweet of you. So, basically, Michael's mom is there. She coming there to set the record straight and get this mofo together. She tells Michael, basically, Michael, look, she got to go. You about to mess up your wife, your family, and your ability to be with your child. You about to fuck up your relationship. Michael is sitting there talking about, well, when I got locked up, I was 15, and I'm trying to relive those years. His mother said, you never getting that back. It's time for you to grow up. He says that he had planned on getting married in his late 30s because he's infatuated with women. No, bitch, you attracted to women. You a man. Damn it. I mean, that's how it go. What the hell do you mean you infatuated with women? You love women. You're attracted to women, as many men are. Ain't nothing wrong with that. The problem is that your dumbass got married when you were in jail because Sarah was holding it down. Now, I understand what the mother is saying as far as him being responsible, but I don't agree that he needs to stay in a relationship with her because she has a baby and he wants to be in the baby life. If he's going to continue to cheat and see other women, the mother told Michael at the table, you have to get rid of all those women. So it's more women than Megan, by the mother's admission. Like ain't nobody peeped that. We peeped that, mama. We peeped that. You said you got to get rid of all those women. So Michael has a problem with being faithful. And if he has a problem with being faithful and he can't be faithful to Sarah and his daughter, then he needs to get the hell out of the relationship. Now, like I said, I understand the mother's concern and I understand where the mother is coming from. But you know what, Mom? I'm trying to tell you that's not the kind of information that I will be giving to my son. If you cannot be faithful, then you need to let this woman go so that she can move on in her life and find the love that she deserves. Because Michael is not the love that Sarah deserves. And Sarah, frankly, ain't the love that Michael. Now, on Instagram, Sarah has taken to Instagram and showed several pictures of her pregnant belly. She indicated, allegedly, that during the show she was pregnant and I guess she must have miscarried or something like that. And now she's now having a viable pregnancy. She even went so far, the fans were telling her, bitch, you not pregnant. That's an old pregnancy picture and all of that kind of stuff. She went so far as to show the sonogram Instagram. Let me tell you something. When you get on these shows like this and you want this fame and all this, it comes at a cost because social media is a monster. And you got people back there being keyboard gangster and they will talk about you and run your whole freaking life. So this girl goes and shows the sonogram picture to prove to fans of this particular show that she is pregnant with a viable pregnancy. Hell, if I would have did that. She also took to Instagram to say that the baby that was going around, that was being passed around, is not Michael's baby. He doesn't have a baby by some girl in Maryland. Like, what's going on here? Sarah, stay off Instagram. Chill out, young. You looking stupid as hell out there trying to prove to these people who don't mean anything to you. These people, well, they gonna come and go. When the next TV show come on, they gonna be on that. Why the hell do you take time out of your life to share a private moment and a private matter with these mofos to prove that you pregnant or not? Fuck them. If you pregnant, you pregnant. If you not, you not. You ain't got nothing to prove to these mofos out here. What the hell is wrong with these fans? What? So basically, I'm going to move on. So Michael sits down with his mother and he says, you know what? You think she the one for me? And the mother was like, yeah, she the only one that held it down. Well, guess what? People in your life for a reason in the season. Don't mean that you locked up in a relationship with them, Michael. I'm trying to tell you. So in the meantime, he knows that Megan is coming. Because Megan said, bitch, not only am I thinking about coming, but I already got my suitcase packed because I only stayed with you one damn day. So I got my suitcase already packed, pre-packed, okay? And she's on her way. He goes to pick her up from the airport, and she's like, hey, boo, coming down the escalator, and he's standing down there, don't know what the hell to do. Talking about he don't want to be a cheater. The way to not be a cheater is to either stop cheating or get a divorce from Sarah. Don't take Sarah down that road with you. If you cannot remain faithful to this girl and you're not in love with her, which is obvious you're not in love with her, then you need to move on. Mama sits down and she has a conversation with Sarah and tells Sarah she can make it. Mommy, that ponytail on the back of your head ain't even making it. That gel you got on there, boo, you need to upgrade and get some got-to-be glue or something on that. Mama, come on now. You need to step your pussy game up. There's no reason why you should be looking like that on national television and everything. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who was in an argument with that damn piece of ponytail you had on the back and dragged that damn thing down the street. But mama, you looking a hot ass mess. Now I know you mama and everything, and I respect you for being mama, but you can't even be that much older than me, and you looking a hot ass mess on there, sitting up there tell somebody how something gonna work out. And you need to fix your goddamn hair because I was offended by your hair, mama. I'm just saying, I was a little offended and taken aback by the way you carried yourself on the show. Mama, do better, okay? Do better. Hook up with the person that's doing Michael hair. Anyway, we ain't out here to talk about the mother. So the next couple that we're going to talk about and go ahead on to wrap this thing up is our boy Clint. Clint is sitting up in the house looking a hot mess. He broke down. He tore up from the floor up. He said that the last time he talked to her, you know, she was released, but he still ain't talked to her. They said it's 5 days later, and Clint still ain't talked to his goddess. He ain't talked to the crack goddess, okay? So the telephone rings, coincidentally, what a coincidence, the phone rings. And it's Tracy, his goddess, on the other, oh, Tracy, okay. Where you at, baby? Tracy said, I'm locked up. I'm locked up, they won't let me out. So Tracy's locked back up again. So Clint was like, first of all, when the phone rang and they said, this is a prison, this is a correctional facility from such and such and such. This call is going to be monitored and you got to pay for this mofo at the same time. Will you accept all of this, knowing that we're going to listen to everything you say on this phone, plus we're going to charge your ass to listen? Clint said, yeah, I'm going to go ahead on and listen. So he gets on the phone with Tracy, and Tracy like, I'm locked up. you at, baby? Where you at, Goddess? Oh, Goddess, where you at, Goddess? She like, look, I got locked up with a motherfucker crack. I was driving in the car and they said I was speeding. They show a clip of them pulling her ass over. Now, you know, we TV said we want that clip. Because she belongs to us. She under contract, so we want that. We won't there, but we sure want it. So, you know, basically we see her, you know, all handcuffed. Probably Tracy probably was driving that car. I don't even know where she got the car from, but she was driving the car, and she probably had a fucking crack in her car with her, okay? So she's locked up. She said she doesn't even have bond. Clint said, I can't bond you out. Oh, God. Oh, God. I can't bond you out. She's like, no. You know, this crack is a fucker. It's a mofo. So Clint is like, it is, but do you love me? Goddess, do you love me? This, like, you can't make this up. Like, he asked her, does she love him? Who can? She's locked up. He said, divorcing you. You don't want to divorce me, do you? Do you want to divorce me? She said, divorce ain't even in my vocabulary. She said, I was driving down the road and I was doing, you know, the speed limit, and they just pulled my ass over, so I'm locked up. So Clint said, look, I got this bill. I got this bill from the rent-a-car company. Tracy, what you do with the car? Tracy said, we'll talk about that when I get out right now. I ain't got time to be dealing with that bull crap right now. Clint, go sit your ass down. I ain't call you about the rent-a-car. We'll deal with that. No, bitch, we're going to deal with that right now. This thing is, they still have not recouped this daggone car. Where's the car? She said she left the mofo at the damn store because she thought it had a tracker on it. Well, bitch, what store? It couldn't be with so many stores in the area. I mean, where in the hell is the car? There's no way in the world I would have cared whether or not you love me, whether you like me, whether you... I don't care at this point. Where is the mofo $21,000 car? Where's the car? So basically, Clint said, when she said, I don't want to talk about it, Clint, we'll talk about it when I get out. He said, oh, okay. But do you love me? Goddess, I got to have you. Clint. Clint says that people make mistakes, and that's why they make these. He said they make erasers for people like Tracy. Bitch, that eraser is down to the nub. It's down to the wood of the pencil. It's down to the plastic. Ain't that damn many erasers in the whole damn world, Clint, to clean up Tracy's bullcrap. Tracy said, I'm a bad girl. I'm the bad girl. I'm the party girl. Why the hell you want to be with me? He said, you ain't no bad girl. No, she's a bad girl. Get at that bad girl. Clint, bitch, don't you ever talk about an eraser again. This is not what this is for. That ass ain't no pencil or pen. She's an addict, Clint. And she sits there and talks to you about that stuff because you're an addict too, allegedly. You driving Krispy Kreme, little Debbie trucks up into... And you gonna talk about that's why they make erasers? You cannot make this stuff up. Clint still wants to be married to this woman. After all of this stuff that she's doing. And then she got the nerve to sit on Instagram with her ugly ass and talk about the fans are jealous of her. And we looking at her. She ain't looking at us. Yeah, we looking at your dumb ass. Because you couldn't pay us. You couldn't pay me enough money to sit on television knowing that my life is that jacked up and that tore up to show you my story and make a laughing stock out of me. So Tracy, guess what? Kiss all of our asses. Because it ain't a mofo out here that's jealous of you, Tracy. You ain't got nothing going on. Then she sits there in her daggone orange suit on with handcuffs on her ass. This bitch is like this, okay? I'm thinking, what the? I mean, she talking like, you know. That ass is like this trying to tell a story. I like them. I like, come on now, we do. That ass got handcuffs on the ass. Something, yeah, you know. Clint had got a tattoo of me, and I just was so happy that Clint had got a tattoo. So when I got in jail, I went on and got it on my ring finger. And the bitches like, and you know, and then they showed the tattoo got Clint across it. She's talking about, and I emailed it to him knowing I could get in trouble for having a tattoo on me, but I wanted him to know that I loved and supported him, and them motherfucking. Our wrist is like this. You know what I'm saying? What the hell? When will this ever end? I don't know what in the. Like, I don't know what's wrong with Clint, and I don't know what's wrong with Tracy, but it looks like they still together. Something's going on because she is on Instagram hot and cotton freaking heavy. I mean, hot and heavy. This is what happened this episode, y'all. Season 2, episode 11, she has to go. The mama basically told Michael she has to go. I don't know if Megan's going to go. For weeks now, we have been seeing this confrontation between Sarah and Megan. Every episode, we think we're going to see it. God damn it, we TV, we're ready to see it. You don't have to do all that. Just show us what we just show us what we need to see. If I had to rate this episode, I would rate this episode a C-. I didn't think that it was that eventful. I didn't think that we needed to see anything. But I guess they're dragging it out now because they added 10 more episodes to it. But I would give it a C-. It just wasn't that good to me. I'm hoping that, you know, the episodes start getting better. I can't wait for the confrontation between Megan and Sarah. And I just, you know, it is what it is out here on these daggone Love After Lockup streets. Thank you all so much for being here and for looking at my review. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button so that I know that you're here. Thank you to all of my moderators who are out here with me tonight. And thank you to everybody who has been so patient since I have been under the weather. I love you all to pieces, and I will see you soon.